We set out to make a better oil paint. And when there's already a ton of options on the market and you say that you're gonna do better, you have to deliver. I'm Heather Goldstein. I'm the Director of New Product Development at Jerry's Artarama. I'm Jerry's granddaughter, and I've been working for Jerry's since I was 3 days old. I started playing around with art supplies, obviously my whole life, but I got really serious into drawing in high school, and then in college, I ended up going for my BFA in painting, and I've been an oil painter ever since. It is my absolute favorite. So this has been a real labor of love for me, and I've enjoyed every second of creating this oil paint line. I've known Mike Borak for years. He's been making paint for decades now, but he was always making paint for someone else, using their formulas, making paint the way they wanted it made. And when he retired, I brought him this idea for Tusc Pine and said, we're setting out to make the best possible oil paint. And it sounded, I think when he heard it and we spoke about our ideas and what we wanted, he recognized how special this could be.
I didn't have to do this. I mean, I was semi-retired. You know, I've done this. Starting this business in my 60s, most people don't start businesses in their 60s. So when you do that, you know, you're doing it for a reason.
So when you talk about creating an entire line of oil paint, that's not what we did. We created one color to the best of our abilities at a time until it was an oil line. And when you speak of a labor of love, as I have, emphasis on the labor. It's tons of swatching, going back and forth with artists, comparing not just the color and mass tone, but the glazing qualities, the tint strength, the shade, how the color performs with other colors, how the color performs against the top oil paint brands. And then going back and forth with Mike, figuring out the right version of a pigment, because there are usually multiple options of one single pigment. It is extremely involved. It was more than I ever even imagined it would be, but in the best possible way.
Our pigment load, we tested against all the major brands, the brands that have been around since the 1600s, okay? And we tested them all, we laid them all out, and then we developed our line. Nobody has 3-roll mills like we have. We have the best 3-roll mills in the art material industry. They're sold in other industries, but they're all computerized, they have all the latest safety features. But that really makes us stand out.
The most rewarding part of making this line of paint has been the reaction of other artists. There's something so special about putting so much into something and knowing that you're not the only one. You're not the only one that sees it. You're not the only one that feels it. It gives me goosebumps, honestly. I literally just got goosebumps. It's about creating the best possible painting experience. It's about how that individual color shines on its own, how it interacts with other paints, other colors, how it mixes, how quickly it mixes, and then how it lays up on that canvas, and how you can then see the most amazing work you've created better than you ever imagined.
I think they're going to be blown away. I mean, they're going to open up the tube and they're going to see an abundance amount of very, very strong pigment. It's powerful. When you can do something like that and put your name on it and say, hey, this is what we're doing, it's a good feeling.
I really love the way we came up with the Tusc Pine name. The pine was really easy, and it's, turpentine. We're in North Carolina, we have the pine trees everywhere. That's the soul of the paint. But the tusk is the heart. Everyone knows Jerry's Artarama. everybody knows Jerry. But what people don't really know is the woman behind the man, my grandma Arlene. The one story that I've heard that made me feel the closest to her is that she used to paint. And like me, and like everybody human, she was an emotional being. And she was really angry one day. And instead of lashing out, she painted. And she painted a pot boiling over. And it's obviously, it's just something that resonates with me, something I understand, and something that makes me feel close to her. No matter what you're doing in your day, every day, you feel like you need to paint. And so for this line, we really wanted to, give a little nod to my grandmother as well. And her love of elephants, it wasn't just a love of the animal, it was a collection. I mean, she had elephants in every room. That collection and love of elephants passed down to my dad and my uncle, my brother and myself, and even my niece and nephew. We all collect elephants. We all love elephants. The elephant has really become a symbol for our family, and it seemed really important to put that into the name. We really set out to make the best possible paint for the best possible painting experience. It is truly a paint for painters. Tuscan Pine is oil color for painters, people who love to paint.